Evening everyone, this is the day 18 solution. Okay, this one is going to be then looking at this little flange component. This flange component is 100 between centres. Okay, and then this left to right is equals 70. There are some key dimensions, the R25, R30s, which mirror the whole way around. And then we have our washer and our nut and bolt configuration here. So, into AutoCAD. Okay, I'm going to load up my template, and for this one I'm going to open the properties tab. So if you haven't got the properties tab open, you just have to type in prop and then enter it or open it up. Today's going to be sort of important to use that because we need to check references quite a lot. So into the construction, I'm going to start how I usually start, 2 X lines, and I'm going to offset these 100 on the vertical and 70 on the horizontal, like so. So kind of got a 100 by 70 configuration. So this point here is going to be the center point for the top bolt. Second point, we need to put one in for the third, so I'm going to offset. We know it's halfway, so I'm going to put a 50 in, halfway line. That's going to sit on that section there. So essentially it's just sort of it's starting off by drawing one, and then you can just sort of copy copy them around. So you're actually going to start off with this top one, or you can start off with this bottom one. This entirely up to you. I'm going to start with the 0, 0 point, which will be down here. So I know that the outside is R25, okay, which is this first section here, so I'm putting R25 in. Now if I check there, it should be 50, which it is. So I'm just going to change that to the drawing. Just continue to do everything in the drawing layer now. Okay, then the next one is this little washer, which is 40. So from set we know that's going to be 20 R. So again, you can click on it, make sure it's 40. And the last one is we've got this hexagonal kind of polygon, which is 6-sided, 30 across the flat. So polygon lives in behind rectangle poly. Okay, number of sides, I've got 6 from a 0, 0 point. Okay, and I want it subscribed in a circle or circumscribed about a circle. So in a circle means the circle is the biggest point. Okay, about a circle means that the polygon sits actually on the circle. So we want the polygon to sit on the circle in this. So the radius, we got is 30 across the flat, so the radius is going to be 15. Okay, now just to check that, go to aligned annotation, find the center point across the flat. So it's basically for spanner sizes, which is there is 30. So next thing to do is we got obviously this section, and then it's just looking at this bolt section. So we got M18 times 2, so circle. Okay, so we got to put a M18, so it's diameter 18, so we put D for diameter 18. Okay, let's go my 18 in there. Now the 2 is the pitch of the thread. So to symbolise this, we're going to do an offset of 1. Okay, and all I'm going to do is just trim out a quarter, so that's just sort of designated that there is a thread. Now there is a specific size for an M18 times 2. You can go on to like engineering charts and tapping charts, and it'll tell you the minimum and maximum diameter of on the pitch. But every 2 millimeters there's a pitch rotation, and it'd be about 2.25 mil deep. So I'm not going to go into too much because of all these threads references are done from either a tap, a die, or they're done from a machining characteristic, or you're naturally going to go and buy the nut and bolt M18 times 2 designation, and it will be pre-cut for you. So I'm not going to worry too much about that at this stage. So that's these 3. So what I'm going to do now is copy. Okay, choose my center point. I'm coming 1 up here, and then 1 on the center there. And that's giving me my 3 lines to copy. So we know there's a line coming down this quadrant to this quadrant here, which is the 100, and then we know we've got the R fillets, R30. So there's one here and there's one here, which laps between the other 2. So using the fill command or fillet, okay, R, it's 30. Okay, using M for multiple because there's more than one. Choose one circle, choose the other, choose one circle, choose the other, and then that's enter to confirm that's where the fillets are. Last thing to do, you notice that the fillets are then only goes round. We don't continue within the rest of the circle. So all we're going to do is trim, turn off the construction line, so you only do it once. Trim out these sections here, like so. So back onto construction. That's all our components done. What I'm going to do is choose that one, this one, and the center line. I mean, I could choose all the centers if I wanted to, but I don't really need to choose and change them into centers. But actually, I think that's going to be a bit too overpowerful, so I'm just going to change it back to construction. Turn my construction layer off. Okay, now it's time to do some measuring. So with the dimensions, with the linear tool, quadrant to quadrant, I want that 10 mil away. 70 to 70, like so, and then we're going to have our diameter of 40. Okay, we're going to have to use a leader line for this one, so I'm going to do 2.5 mil, 2.5 text. This will be nut 30 across flats, like so. Another leader, so at that point again 2.5 mil text to keep it consistent, and this will be M18 times 2 bolt, like so. Now you could put the quantity if you want, but it's it's entirely up to you. You could just sort of put 3 times, but you can clearly see that there is 3. So that's going to do 2 radiuses, so R25, R30. And because you don't need to know where the center point is, you ain't got to worry too much about that sort of element. So that's sort of the point where we would be okay. This then be into the output. Set up your drawing, PDF profile out. So again, that's the solution for day 18.